24 minutes before 11 o'clock. Not bad. Took a minute to figure out my phone skills here.
Yeah, but you did amazing.
Got
them both on the same line.
I hope so. I hope I did that right. All right, this is going to be interesting. There's a book called Your Body and the Stars, The Zodiac as Your Wellness Guide, and I'm looking forward to this. I've always been kind of fascinated with this whole idea of, in the church, they say the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? You always say, well, what is the Holy Ghost? What is that part? Maybe that's this missing thing. This, this, I don't know. Dr. Stephanie Marango is on the phone. She is a holistic health physician and teacher. She's the founder of I Am Body, the co-director of the Functional Academy for Movement and Injuries workshop. I have an injury and I'm moving. And see, this is the doctor says, move if you're injured. Walk. Take a walk.
Yes, they do.
Take a walk now and then. And then Rebecca Gordon is on the phone. Rebecca is world-renowned as an astrologer. She's the resident horoscope columnist with Harper's Bazaar. And she's the founder of the My Path Astrology School. So the two ladies coming together. Interesting book, Your Body and the Stars. Good morning to both of you, Dr. Marango and Rebecca Gordon. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Larry, Robin, and listeners. Thank you so much for having us on your show.
You're welcome. Who was that? Who spoke?
This fair question. This is Dr. Stephanie.
Dr. Stephanie. And Rebecca?
Hi, it's great to be here with you. Thank you.
Oh, your voices are so similar. I'm going to have a hard time. Okay.
We'll make sure to announce ourselves then.
Well, we're Robin and Larry, and you can tell Robin because she's got the high heels on. So
that's right.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
They sound...
Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about do we look to the stars to figure out how to be healthier physically?
So
yes.
Dr.
Do you want to answer this, Stephanie?
Oh. One, two, at the same time, Jinx. Sure, I'll start off and then pass the torch. Absolutely, Larry. We can look to the stars to be healthy. We live in a day and age when we are really blessed, I think, to have a lot of different ways we can be healthy out there, like nutrition, exercise, yoga, acupuncture.
Right.
And what Rebecca and I have done with this book is we've brought back the ancient wisdom of the stars for modern times as another way to really look within, to connect our body to the greater parts of us, like thoughts, emotions, and intuitions, and also be able to take hands-on practical responsibility for it.
Okay, but is it a science that... So the one thing I've always had an issue with astrology, and it's that one date difference could give me a different horoscope. But when we've had astrologers on before, and they kind of correct me. They say no, it's down to the minute and the second and the location. So we're all different in that regard. Is that right?
Exactly. I guess I'll take that question. So... Exactly. It is down to the minute and the second. And actually, there's something called the precession of the equinoxes, where, 70 years ago, the delineation between Taurus and Gemini might be slightly different than it is right now. So it moves slightly over time, but it is pretty much exact of when one sign ends and when the other begins.
So give us an example of how you could work with somebody. Maybe you have a story you can tell us of somebody who had a condition of some sort that you were able to alleviate.
We have so many. Actually, there was a lot of outtakes from the book. We did a whole group of case studies, and there just wasn't enough pages in the book for them. And these were all examples of clients that we've both had who've had specific health issues. So, we should choose one to start with. Stephanie, would you like, we can talk about perhaps the Libra or the Aries client?
Libra.
Let's go with Aries, because we're in... Oh, Larry likes Libra.
No, I just want to make sure I understood what you said. So
Sure.
We're choosing between Aries, which is the sign we're in now, and Libra, which governs the lower back, which is, medically speaking, one of the most popular reasons people visit their primary care physicians. But and we can let's jump to Libra, because I think the Aries speaks to a lot of folks right now who are suffering from allergies, because Aries rules the head, and the...
you're coming in and out.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Is that Doc? Who?
This is Rebecca. I can hear you. I think there's something going on with Stephanie's phone at the moment.
Okay. So Aries controls the head.
I
I think she
calling
faded out. I think she faded out.
Okay.
Oh, I gosh, I hope I don't lose you. Let me try to do this again. Are you both there? Are you
Hi, Larry, Robin. I'm back.
Are you both there?
Dr. Stephanie is here. Rebecca?
Okay, I don't see both of you here. How do I do this, Robin?
Rebecca.
Are you both there now? Are you both there now? No. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Are you both there now? No. Oh my gosh, I hate the system here.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I think she disappeared.
If
Yeah, and this is Dr. Stephanie? No, this is
This
Rebecca.
is Rebecca.
This is Rebecca Gordon speaking.
Rebecca.
Let me call
Okay.
Dr. Stephanie.
Yeah, Robin's
See if
gonna
I
call-
can get her on the other line.
Yeah, if she can call on the other line, that'll be a lot easier, I think. We'll just do it that way.
In the meantime, I can speak a little bit about the body and the stars and how it all works together.
Okay.
So basically, every constellation of the zodiac rules a different part of your body. So, for example, Pisces rules the feet, Aries rules the head, Taurus rules the throat, neck, and shoulders area, and so on. So basically, and this is nothing new. This is pretty much ancient wisdom that people have been using from way, way back in the Hellenistic times, all into the Middle Ages. Astrology and medicine were used together as one, in concert with each other. So any physician during that time would also consult astrology in terms of when is the best time for bloodletting, or they would even consult the patient's chart even before doing a practice on them as well.
Okay. So how do you use that though? If you say Aries controls the head, let's just use that one because that's I'm a slow student, but that's what I remember.
Yeah.
So how do you use that understanding? Do you wait until it's Aries time before you take care of the head problem, or what?
Oh, that's a great question. So basically, everybody has all of the zodiac signs living within them. So, like, for example, what is your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay, so you also have a head, obviously. So there's a part of you that is also Aries, because all the signs live within us. So you can approach this from a couple different ways. One way is that you can say, oh, my head hurts so much. I have a migraine, or getting such allergies. You know, these are all Aries issues. Stuffed sinuses, leaky sinuses, you know, these are all sorts of Aries problems to have. So you don't have to be an Aries to have those challenges. And then the way that we're managing this is that you would simply, there's lessons for the head. For example, if your Aries is overused, overdeveloped, you might be pushing too hard, too fast, and going into things, which is one side of Aries. And if it's blocked or sublimated, you might not be able to move forward at all.
So will we be able to, with the book, will we be able to diagnose ourselves and help ourselves?
Yes, you can.
Can I jump into this one?
Yeah, and then
She wants to jump in.
Yeah, Dr. Stephanie's
Sure,
back on
hi.
the other line. Thank you.
Hi, no, thank you guys. And it's not even Mercury retrograde yet. Just in terms of the question of diagnosis, we haven't written it so that you can self-diagnose. You know, as popular wisdom recommends, you should always get a formal diagnosis with a physician. That said, we have created a chart, a book, a guide for your understanding, for your education, for your use. So, for example, after you know that, you know, you are having Aries life lessons calling you through a stuffed head, you can go to the book and then see, oh, well, what are different things I can do on my own to help out in addition to either nothing else or Claritin or quercetin and vitamin C. You know, maybe we recommend using a neti pot or a standing forward fold or head and neck circles. But quite honestly, the book doesn't have to be used after you feel an ache or pain. We've written it also for you to be able to optimize your well-being so that you can remain in a balanced
That's a good thing. Yeah.
state. Yeah, you don't have to wait for your body to
Yeah,
tell you.
that whole neti pot thing, that just scares me.
I guess you could take the book as a sort of body scan too, and as an assessment to see what areas you're stronger in and weak in. As we have questions at the end of each chapter.
Dr. Stephanie, I'm glad you were able to get through, but we are up against a break, but we're coming back to continue this conversation. We have the weather and a few things, and it looks like it's about 2.5 or 3 minutes long. So if you can just hang in there, Robin will chat with you a little bit during the break. We'll be right back with Dr. Stephanie Marango and Rebecca Gordon. The book is called Your Body and the Stars, the Zodiac as Your Wellness Guide. We'll be right back with our two guests after this. 10 minutes before 11 o'clock. What sign are you, Robin? What's your sign?
Virgo.
So, and I'm not hitting on you. I promise.
Okay.
It's become synonymous with hitting on ladies. If you ask what sign they are, it's right.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's like the number one pickup line for you guys.
On the phone is our two guests. Rebecca Gordon is a world-renowned astrologer. You probably have read some of her columns in Harper's Bazaar. And Dr. Stephanie Marango is on the phone, a holistic health physician. And the two ladies have come together to write the book, Your Body and the Stars. How did the two of you come together?
Oh, that's quite a story.
A physician and an astrologer walk into a bar.
Are you both in New York?
We are, yes,
New York.
exactly.
And it's funny. I had seen Rebecca talk on a panel in 2012, and as soon as I saw her talk, lights literally went off. Just everything she was saying made sense to me through my understanding of the body, except she was using the stars as the example. Long story short, we didn't meet that night, but I was so inspired. I drafted the outline of the book the next morning when I woke up and just had this feeling we were going to meet again. 6 months later, it turns out where I see my patients, I was seeing my patients at Gramercy Park, literally back with seeing her client.
Yes.
I think her phone is failing again. Okay. You want to take it?
You were intended to.
And then we became fast friends and really started to compare notes a lot about our practices, and it was absolutely inspiring.
So were you both surprised that there was a connection? Like you're teaching it to us, and it seems because you're talking about that maybe I was just out of the loop. I never knew this, but was it as much of a surprise to the two of you?
I mean, do you want to go first?
Rebecca has
I think.
Medical school and learn astrology, medicine.
Yeah, Dr. Stephanie, your phone is not coming through as clear. Sounds like.
I will speak on that then in the meantime.
Hello.
And hopefully she comes back in the air. Yes. Hi, Stephanie.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we hear you. Now we hear you.
I've been hearing you. Sorry, listeners, for all this confusion and inability to hear us. So I guess long story short from my end is no, in medical school this is not taught that astrology is a valuable part of medicine, but historically speaking, astrology is at the roots of both medicine and science. In fact, Hippocrates, who is considered the father of modern medicine, his school of thought very much incorporated knowledge of stars and planets into health, which is ironic just given that most medical students across the country take the Hippocratic Oath not realizing it's founded in the work of a man.
Oh, that is interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
And you know, what I find fascinating is going to be the book itself. I mean, I haven't seen the book.
It's en route.
But it's going to be interesting to look at it and say, okay, well, I have, a sore leg or whatever, and then look at the book to see how I can use what you ladies have written about to maybe help.
Exactly. That's a great way to use it as well. Also, I mean, you can really just kind of read it as a body scan and check in answering the questions and what areas are strong naturally and what areas are a little weaker too.
I'm guessing. Okay, it looks like the doctor's calling in again. Doctor, is that you?
Yep.
Okay.
You can't get rid of me.
The one thing I wanted to know is this: can you tell us any stories? And I'm guessing that our listeners want to know this, of people who've had like what we would consider serious illnesses, maybe cancer or diabetes or something serious that you could actually help reverse or at least stop in its tracks.
Well, I think serious. Well, first of all, serious is a pretty pejorative word. I think lots of different aches and pains. It doesn't even have to be to the level of cancer. People, can very much feel impeded by and impinged by in their life. So it's not even necessarily whether it's lower back pain versus cancer, and it's not about reversing or stopping in the tracks. We're not offering a miracle cure. We're not selling snake oil here. What we're basically saying is, in our society right now, a lot of treatment centers around the body, full stop. We believe individuals, in addition to the body, have thoughts, in other words, a mind. They have feelings, in other words, emotions. And they have intuition, sensations, sometimes a greater sense than oneself, which we can call spirit. So we're giving people the ability to take responsibility to bring in the thoughts, spirit, rest of the equipment. Don't believe
Okay.
we focus on one part of the person. We believe that the entire person needs to be attended to in order to heal. So it's not that anything's going to be reversed or stopped, but that you will better facilitate your own healing time-wise, but also just every day feel better about where you are.
Are we more susceptible to certain infirmities because of our sign?
We can be. I mean, basically, the area that your sign is can often be very strong, and it also might be very susceptible at the same time. And there's always two sides to that coin. So it's simply the area that's pronounced a lot more than the other ones. So, I mean, for our Aries example, as we were talking about before, that our Aries person might have sort of a well-pronounced shape of the head and be very headstrong and very good at being headstrong and opening up businesses and pioneering things in the world. Yet, at the same time, that same Aries person will be prone to perhaps headaches or sinus infection and things like that could be on the flip side as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it sure does. Do you know? I think the doctor just disappeared again. I think it's her phone in this case because it seems to be everything's working okay. She must have something up with her phone. But it's for example. Okay, if I were to let's see, I'm pretty stubborn. I think I'm a stubborn guy, and I'm an Aquarius. Okay, Robin is actually more stubborn than me. And Robin is a Virgo. Does that say anything? Does that mean anything?
Oh, well, that's really interesting. You mentioned the word stubborn, first of all, because, Aquarius is known as one of the 4 fixed signs. And fixed signs exist in the middle of the season. So you're in the middle, in the middle of winter here. So basically, Aquarius is fixed. Virgo is actually more of a mutable sign. Virgo can actually be a bit more flexible, usually better with change. So that's interesting you say that. Though, I would sort of bring this in a way back to the book. So let's say that if, you're an Aquarius and you're like, I'm so stubborn, this is the way, it's my way or the highway. The part of the body that deals with your sign is the ankles. And what we talk about is the real psychological, emotional sort of foundation behind what the ankles actually do. And that's what Stephanie was mentioning so poignantly, which was about how emotions and thoughts actually affect our physical body.
Well,
and that's a lot of what the book's about.
Wow, this is fascinating.
Robin looked at me when you said the ankles. You know why? Because just yesterday I went to a doctor who wrapped my ankle because she said that I had too much fluid down there. So she wrapped it. I actually had an ankle doctor yesterday. So it's kind of weird that you said that.
Wow. Well, I would love to send you the book, and there's a lot of practices that we recommend that are excellent for working with the ankle. So you had it wrapped.
Yeah.
What actually happened to your ankle?
She said I had, because I'm tall and the blood was pooling. I'm 61 years old, so that's got something to do with it too. And she just said, you got to get it out of your leg. And so she wrapped it up. It's still wrapped. She said, I got to keep it that way a week.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting here with a wrapped foot.
Well, that's interesting because Aquarius also rules circulation. Well, I hope that heals well. So there's definitely a good deal of, there's about 6 different exercises. Some of them are affirmations, mantras.
Wow.
Some of them are physical exercises that you can do to sort of help on the process of healing the ankle and perhaps understand some of what might have created it too.
I love this conversation. This was so fun. Your Body and the Stars. I apologize for the phone issues. Dr. Stephanie Marango and Rebecca Gordon, before we say goodbye, real quickly, do you have a website?
Yes, I do. It is mypathastrology.com. That's MYPATH astrology.com.
Can we get the book there?
And
Not
right
yet,
now, the
actually,
book is not on the site, so it is on Amazon.
Right now, and there's a fantastic pre-order sale because it's officially launching May 10th.
Okay.
So you and your listeners are really first dibs here. But the retail price will be $16.99 right now. Amazon is selling it for $10.99.
Oh, excellent.
So,
okay.
Nice.
All right.
Go forth and benefit from their benevolence.
Go to Amazon and definitely share this interview. We'll put this up on YouTube and Facebook by this afternoon at 2:00. Ladies, thank you for being on the air with us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
That was fun. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back.